Hi there, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Coach G Show here on FDUnites.com. We're inside the Stratus Arena once again. Jon Lauder along with the head coach of the FDU men's basketball team, Greg Herenda. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great, John. How about yourself?
I'm doing just fine. So let's talk about the last game against Rutgers. Tough loss on the road. Team didn't play so well in the first half, but played much better in the second half. Yes. Just your overall assessment.
You have to play two halves, obviously, and our first half was very atypical of what our teams do. We didn't play hard enough. We didn't run good offense, and we didn't defend well at all. So you put those three things together, and you have a 21-point deficit. And we dug out of that deficit and peaked at getting back into the game, but we just weren't able to do it. So, we've played a lot of basketball since August. That was the worst 20 minutes we played, and we have to learn from it. We can't do it again. But I think Rutgers was ready for us. Eddie Jordan and their staff were prepared. We beat them there last year, and they made it very clear that that wasn't going to happen again, and that wasn't what we thought. But unfortunately, that's what happened, and we have to learn from it and move on. And now we have a very, very skilled, smart, well-coached team in Columbia. We're going over there back-to-back years, and we're looking forward to it, but we have to bounce back from a little bit of adversity.
Now, if there's one thing you could pinpoint, just talk to me about the difference between the first and the second half.
Intensity, passion, and energy, everything that we preach to these guys every day. And I think we might have gotten hit with the we're pretty good bug, and the kids came out, thought this is just going to happen. And you have to make things happen in college basketball. And the team that does that, given a level of talent level, it's going to happen. But if you come out and just think, okay, I just have to walk on the court and we're going to be given a win on a Big Ten floor, that's not the case. So a little bit of our immaturity came out that night, but I was happy to see in the second half we kind of took it to them and we played the game that I thought we were going to play for two halves. So I think our team has got a lot of spirit, it's got a lot of enthusiasm, but if we try to play, we call it Chill Daddy Jones. You can't chill in college basketball anymore. You got to play 100% of the time for 40 minutes or more if necessary.
Now, obviously, the shooting was not, of course, what you would want to be, but defensively, the intensity, especially in the second half, was very impressive. Specifically, Xavier Harris and Darius Stokes. Talk about them in the second half.
Yeah, we blocked a lot of shots, and we steal the basketball. So right now, I think we're still in the top 25 in the United States in steals. Our blocks, I think we're in the top 50 to 60. So you gauge yourself upon your peers, and those are really very good statistics. But Xavier Harris is starting to show the player that he needs to become for us to be successful. And Darius Stokes now is, now he's getting his feet wet. For 3 years he played at Iowa, but didn't play in the crucial, meaningful minutes that he's playing in now. So those two players. And Miles Mann quietly in practice is doing his job, and he's done well coming off the bench. And Earl Potts now is healthy. So as the year progresses, our depth in the front court needs to step up as we do need all of our perimeter players. And, Mustafa's been playing great, and Matt's in a little bit of a funk in regards to when to shoot, when not. It's easy for me. If you're open, man, let it fly. So, Matt, if you're watching, shoot it. Mustafa, shoot it. I'm a very pro-offensive coach, but if you start hesitating, that's when problems occur. But our guys usually play very loose and aggressive, and I still very much love my basketball team.
Now, coming up, 2 more games, non-conference, first on the road against Columbia tomorrow. That, of course, the bigger concern right now, but then also Sunday against Lafayette here at home. Just some thoughts on those 2 matchups.
Yeah, no, now we play 2 really, really bright teams. They're bright students, they're bright players, and they're very skilled as well. So now, Columbia, we had a hard time with them in their building last year. We need to guard them better. We need to take care of the basketball and work for good shots. And Lafayette is just a really, really, they've got all their players back there. Were a little banged up last year. We have to play a different game, a smarter, cerebral kind of a game. But we also have to just play aggressive and be enthusiastic and take them out of their stuff. If we allow Columbia and Lafayette to do what they want to do, then we're playing their game, and they're good at their game. So we need to take them out of their game and kind of play a little bit faster and play a little bit sloppier, and I think we're capable of that offensively and defensively, and it'll be a good test to see how we play against different opponents.
And, Coach, real quick before we get out of here, just give us a plug on your Coach G show.
Wow, a plug? I don't know. People like the show. I think it's fun. It's a good deviation because this coaching could frustrate you, and then all of a sudden you just go and talk to some great people, friends for the most part. I just started calling my friends, and I didn't realize I have friends in all the right places. And, we've had Coach Calhoun, Coach Calipari, we've had John Sterling. We just had Christopher Russo, the Mad Dog. And then this Sunday we have our first featured female guest. It's Jackie McMullen from ESPN and Around the Horn. She's a dear friend from back up in Massachusetts when I was the head coach of UMass Lowell. Mike Breen is coming up on deck, and we've got a lot of special guests throughout the year. So I think it's good how people know that Fairleigh Dickinson basketball is alive and well, and we tell our players all the time that this gym reaches to all ends of the earth, especially in the basketball world, and it's a lot of fun. And John, I'm going to have you on my show at one point in time.
Absolutely.
And I'll get with your agent, and hopefully we can get a date.
He's easy to find.
He's easy to find.
So.
And then Ryan will be on deck.
Yes.
But not on deck. He'll be in the bullpen.
Right.
And at some point we might get him on the show. But it's fun, and this is college basketball, and we like to sell our program and our players and the university, and having a lot of fun with it.
All right, Coach, as always, thanks, and good luck.
John, thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you tune in on WFDU.FM on 89.1, the Coach G Show, the Coach Herenda Show, 8 o'clock every Sunday morning. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll be sitting down with Darius Stokes.
The world has changed, and Fairleigh Dickinson University is doing something about it.
The biggest thing FDU has to offer is their global education.
Undergrad, master's, doctorate, whatever it is that you're looking for, they have so many different opportunities for so many different interests.
We give opportunities for people to change the way they view themselves and their world.
It's given me a chance to succeed.
They've made my dream come true.
I love it. I would choose no other place.
And we're back here on the Coach G Show. I'm now joined by one of the newest members of the FDU men's basketball family, forward Darius Stokes. Darius, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing just fine. So talk to me a little bit about this transition. You're at Iowa, the Big Ten school. You transfer here to FDU to play under Coach Greg Herenda and his staff. Just some thoughts on how it's gone so far.
Obviously at Iowa, I started out as a walk-on there, earned a scholarship my senior year. Didn't really get a lot of playing time, so that was basically my thought process coming here. I wanted to come somewhere where I was going to get an opportunity to produce on the court.
Now, Coach has talked a lot about what you've already brought to the table, intensity, rebounding, good play down low. How do you feel like you've played in the first 3 games?
I feel like I played all right. Obviously, there's some things I can do more. We're going against some bigger guys. When we're going against Rutgers, we're going against St. Joe's, we're going against some bigger guys, so I can do a better job rebounding and then being more aggressive on offense and putting the ball in the basket.
Now, the first game you guys come out, get the upset victory against St. Joe's, then you get the win at home against FDU Florham, then a tough loss on the road against Rutgers. Assess how the team has played, you think, in the first 3 games.
I think we played all right. There's some things that we can work on, but we're happy so far with how we did. St. Joe's is a good team. That's a good, tough road win. Rutgers, we had one bad half. We played well the second half. That first half is just we can't get that deep of a hole. It's too much to climb out of.
And talk to me a little bit about your family history. Obviously, your dad, a very prolific player at Iowa. Your sister plays on the best women's basketball team in the country in UConn. Just talk about your family and how basketball sort of runs through it.
I mean, my whole family, basketball, that's all we played our whole life. My dad, 3rd all-time leading scorer at Iowa. My sister, starting center at UConn. So basketball has been a big part of my life, and I'm trying to take that next step here at FDU.
Now, when you guys go to play against Notre Dame on December 6th. Your sister will also be there because the women play Notre Dame that same day. What's that going to be like for you, for your family, and for everybody that's been involved with your journey in basketball?
I mean, it's going to be great. That's one of the games I'm really looking forward to. Like I said, the UConn girls women's play before us, so I got all my family coming out so they'll be able to watch both of our teams play, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, before we go, Coach Herenda demanded I ask you about your hair. Why did he ask me to ask you about your hair?
Well, he's the one that told me to grow my hair out this year for the season, so I might have to grow it out. We'll see how long. I'm not sure. But I like it.
All right. Well, Darius, thank you so much for the time. Good luck the rest of the season.
I appreciate it, my man.
All right. So, FDUnites.com, the place to go for all your men's basketball news and notes. Make sure that you are listening tomorrow night. Columbia, 7 o'clock. We'll have that audio broadcast on FDUnites.com. Then on Sunday the 30th, 2 p.m. on NEC Front Row, men at home take on Lafayette.